You are successful, you are driven, but on the inside, you are exhausted. You feel never enough, and your brain won't shut up. This is not a weakness, this is mental overload. And the secret to becoming mentally strong, it starts with your mind. Hi, I'm Vassia. I'm a psychologist, founder of Anti-Loneliness, and here on this channel, we talk about what really makes us strong, mentally strong, from the inside out. And if you're a high achiever or a perfectionist or somebody who feels emotionally exhausted, tired, maybe flirting with a burnout, well, this is the space for you. Join the club. We are many perfectionists here. Let's talk about the kind of strength that doesn't burn you out. That's what we want. We want to grow, absolutely, but without risking our mental health, risking our relationships, risking our career that we have worked really, really hard for it, right? That's what we want. I have for you today 6 tips how to become mentally strong. And this video here is the part 1 of many to follow. First of all, can you recognize your thoughts? For me, that's the number 1 key to being mentally strong. Your brain produces at least 6,000 thoughts a day, most of them repetitive. We do the same thing again and again. Many of them untrue. Just because you're thinking of it doesn't mean it's true. You are not your thoughts. And mental strength is not about thinking better thoughts. It's about learning how to relate to them in a different way. So the first step to mental strength is recognizing when a thought is just a thought, not a fact, but a thought, and creating this distance between you and your thought. And try this. When a thought comes up, especially a critical one, say to yourself, I am noticing, or I am saying to myself, or my mind is telling me that. Instead of saying, oh my God, I'm such a failure, you're saying, my mind is telling me that I am a failure. That's the distance between you and the thought. This tiny shift is integral. It gives you space to choose a different response. It's another thing to consider yourself as a failure, and it's another thing to say to yourself, it's my mind that thinks that I'm a failure. Maybe that's not true. Or maybe I want to take a different stance on it. Tip number 2, identify the voice. You're mentally strong if you can connect the dots. The thing that I'm now thinking and I'm telling to myself, where did I learn it from? Where did I hear it for the first time? Whose voice is this? Identify the voice. Is it maybe a message that you learned during your childhood by a parent, by a teacher, by a friend, by a bully? Mental strength includes becoming aware of the messages shaping your identity and deciding which ones will serve you. So when we learn that, okay, this is what my father used to say to me, but I don't need to repeat that for the rest of my life. Or I remember a client that I had many years ago, and she used to say jokingly, oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. Oh, again, I did a stupid thing. So she was saying that so many times that eventually we had to say that, where did you learn that? And after that, we had to stop repeating that information, even though it's a joke, and I'm air quoting here. It's not a joke because you're saying to yourself that message so many times that it shapes your identity, consciously or unconsciously, either you know it or not. Tip number 3, reversing the script. So once you realize that this is the way you're talking to yourself and it's not helping and it's coming from a voice from the past, can you reverse the script? If the voice says, for example, you are not enough, and you know the impact that this has on you, you keep working more, you feel terrible about yourself, you isolate yourself because you feel you're never enough, you know the impact. So when this voice says you're not enough, are you able to respond by saying, hey, cut me some slack here. I am enough. I have been doing enough. I have the best intentions. Every day I'm doing my best. Even though I'm not perfect, I'm showing up. Every day I give as much as I have. I cannot give more. So it's not positive thinking. You don't need to reverse a negative to a positive thought. It's just rewiring the neural path that you have learned and they have been trained to shame and push you. Tip number 4. Can you move from inner critic to self-compassion? That's a good one. People with a very strong inner critic, they cringe when they hear compassionate messages. So can you allow this space for yourself? Your inner critic, we figured it out, it doesn't help. It's going to send you to a burnout, to isolation, to a divorce, whatever it is, but it doesn't help. And especially when it's very loud. Mental strength means treating yourself with the same tone that you would use for a dear friend or for your child. Would you speak like that to your child? No. So it's also not allowed to speak to yourself like that. Be kind, be firm, and be grounded in truth. Change the tone of voice. Allow yourself to be compassionate with yourself, even though it sounds like, ooh, very touchy-feely. And that's also, of course, something that a very strong and harsh inner critic would say. You are only cringing because it's not familiar. Messages of self-kindness are not familiar. That's why. So allow yourself to be a little bit uncomfortable and awkward in the beginning until you will see that will pay off. Tip number 5, shift your focus from outcome to self-talk. What I mean with that? We are here a bunch of perfectionists, right? We're focusing on results. We want to be the best. We want to be recognized. We want to be appreciated. Fantastic. And we're focusing so much on results that we don't know what to do when things don't go as planned. And we panic and we don't know how to deal with discomfort, and we don't know, we beat ourselves even more harsh. So instead of focusing on the outcome, focus on the way you are talking to yourself. That builds emotional safety on the inside. Number 6, give your brain a break. As I said, your brain is thinking 24/7 all the time. And especially when you're in survival mode, you want to be on thrive mode, but if you're on survival mode, that's not going to happen. Mental strength grows in rest. Ask yourself every day, what activities did I do so that I can give my brain a break? What did I do in order to be creative? What did I do in order to rest my brain? Free yourself from the outcome and focus on the resting as well as the working of your brain. Do painting, walking in nature, dancing like nobody's watching. These are the things that we want to do in order to become mentally strong. You don't need to be, we're not born mentally strong, but we become mentally stronger and stronger. Use the phrase, I am noticing, or my mind is telling me that. Journal about whose is the voice that you're repeating. Replace one critical thought with one kind reframe. Set a 15-minute creativity and rest date for your brain. No goals there, only joy, only rest. And of course, when things don't go as planned, ask yourself how I can speak to myself with compassion right now. So, if that resonates with you, we've already done an important step today. Download my free guide, 7 science-based ways to stop overthinking. You're going to find it on the description. It's made exactly for minds like yours, very busy. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because this is just part 1 of the secret of becoming mentally strong. There are more parts following up. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.